Okay, we are live.
There you go. You're all out there.
Okay, to the people that have joined, Dad, cue the music. Oh, look. Um, hey guys, this is we got 7 viewers. Okay, all 7 of you guys, this is the first BLAKEdown live stream that's gonna be like fully on my channel. It's also gonna be on other channels. And first of all, I just wanted to say
On my
we
channel.
are doing something
So
great.
good.
Had to mute something there. It was just the YouTube tab I have open. Sorry.
That's okay. That's the beauty of live. However it goes. You're good.
Okay, my dad just had to send her outside. She gets a little feisty once in a while. Yeah, she's a pretty feisty doggo.
Can he not hear you?
Oh no, they can hear me. They
Yeah.
can hear me now.
We've got it.
Okay.
So welcome to the first live stream of the BLAKEdown, guys. First, we got some pretty big legends here, some great men. Um, First, I would like to introduce our first guest. You probably all know him, a legend in Topps Project 70 and also Mimsbandz. James Mims, aka Mimsbandz, from
What's up, Blake?
company Mimsbandz, or you might know him as an artist. So, what do you want to say, Mr. Mims?
First and foremost, I want to say thank you for having me. Looking forward to this one and one of many more to come.
Okay, great. Our second guest that I would love to introduce, a legend shortstop player of the Chicago Cubs, Mr. Shawon Dunston.
Okay. How you doing, Blake? How you doing?
Yep.
All right. Thanks for having me, and I really appreciate you.
Yeah, so I got a question, Mr. Dunston and Mimsbandz. Mr. Dunston, how did you meet Mr. Mims? And tell us the story between you two.
Oh, I was playing in the Major Leagues back then. We was playing the Dodgers in LA, and I met James, and he asked me some questions about a wristband and stuff like that. And I said, sure, I wear because I always wore wristbands. And he asked me to join in, see can I wear it and promote. I said, yeah, of course. They was very nice. I had red ones, blue ones, white ones, and usually, man, when I did wear it, I got a lot of hits, so I had no problem wearing it. And baseball
Oh,
players are
man.
superstitious. And when I didn't have them on, I really didn't get many hits. So I asked James, I need a lot more. So, man, he gave it to me.
Also, what did it feel like when you first saw a band of you, Mr. Dunston?
It's a good
I
question.
thought it was very nice. My teammates thought I was a hot dog with it. I thought it was very nice to see my picture on it. And I said, wow, this is nice. And I always wore them. And I got hits. I got many hits. So, like I told you, when baseball players superstitious, I kept them on. I always kept them on. And I did very well with it.
Yeah, so second of all, Mr. Dunston, who is your favorite baseball team and player growing up?
Oh, my favorite baseball team, like when I was growing up, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, so I was a New York Mets fan. So I like all the Mets players. But then I got a little older. I started. My favorite player was Mike Schmidt, Hall of Famer for the Philadelphia Phillies. Then I got a little more older and started understanding baseball. Then my favorite player was Andre Dawson, and then eventually, and he's a Hall of Famer. Then eventually, he became my teammate. So I was very honored.
Yeah, my dad is a big fan of the Mets, so he's pretty happy about that.
Okay.
Um, Also, I gotta say, Mr. Dunston, do you like any other sports or athletes?
Oh, I like basketball, football. I like all the sports. I support everybody, but I really like basketball. I did like football. I wasn't going to play it, but I really like basketball. And as a fan, oh yeah, I like Michael Jordan like everybody else. I like Larry Bird in basketball and Akeem Olajuwon. Yes. In football,
Same with
I was
you.
a Steeler fan. Football, I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler fan. So I love all the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm a big Steeler fan. But back when I was growing up, my favorite player was Lynn Swan.
Mm.
Um, okay, so Mr. Mimsbandz, same question. What do you like any other sports, or what's your favorite player on that sport?
Um, when I was growing up, Willie Davis with the Dodgers was my favorite player. He was the center fielder. Everything that Willie Davis did, I tried to emulate. When I say everything, I mean everything. I like basketball. I'm not a big football fan, but basketball, my favorite player was Will Chamberlain when I was growing up. He was one of the guys that I looked up to. Connie Hawkins.
I did.
And I had the pleasure of meeting Connie Hawkins one time. Current guys, I love Kevin Durant. I love his game. He's real quiet. I know he talks trash on the court, but he's real quiet. He appears to be quiet. He's one of my favorites. And again, I'm not a big football fan. I know enough about it to talk about it, but I'm not a real big football fan.
Yeah, I'm not a big football fan, personally either, but I also used to kind of meet more hockey people.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, I like hockey too. Growing up in New York, I like hockey. I was a Philadelphia Flyer fan, the Broad Street Bullies, and I was a big Flyer fan. And my favorite hockey player back then was Rick McLeish, Bill Barber, and Bobby Clark. I was a
Mm.
big Philadelphia Flyer fan. So yes, I know about hockey too.
Um. So my favorite team and personally favorite player would probably be Connor McDavid. He is super fast in hockey.
Mhm.
And my favorite team would be the Avalanche. My
Okay.
team, Colorado.
Colorado.
I'm still a Flyer fan. I'm a Flyer fan from the 70s, 80s, and we had a goaltender named Bernie Perron who I was a big fan of. So I remember when they delivered championships and when they beat the Bruins and everybody. So I'm still a Flyer fan, but the Avalanche are very good.
I got a question, Mr. Dunston. What did it feel like being the number one draft pick in 1982?
It was an honor. I really didn't know what it was until I got to the minor leagues and everyone's looking at me, and I couldn't make a mistake like everybody else. But it was a very much of a big honor. When I got to the big leagues, I played against a guy named Dwight Gooden, and he was the fifth pick. And well, I thought he could have been the first pick, but I was the first pick, and I was very honored, especially when I played against all these great players back then. So I'm very honored to be the number one pick. Yes, there was better players than me, but I'm gonna take that in my hat and take it with me.
You are still a legend forever.
Thank
Um,
you.
Mr. Dunston, I still can't believe you hit 150 home runs in your career.
Yes, I'm very proud of that, but I hit one more. I hit one more in the World Series. So I have 151 home runs, and I think that's probably my best home run because when I did hit it in Game 6 of the World Series of 2002, I think in the fourth or fifth, I think the fourth or fifth inning, my son was the bat boy, and he met me at home plate, and we did our handshake, and I kissed him. So that's probably my greatest moment in my baseball life
Wow.
is my son hitting a home run in the World Series, and my son was the bat boy, and he was 9 years old.
That's really sweet.
Thank
Um,
you.
I also, Mr. Dunston, what did you think when you first saw yourself on a baseball card? Did you collect cards when you were little also?
Yes, I collect cards like everybody else. Oh, yes. When I see myself on a baseball card, it's like, wow, I made it. Man, it's pretty special. And I still have all my baseball cards that was made of me, and I have it for my son and my daughters.
Oh, that's great. So do you still enjoy baseball cards today? Tops and Fanatics make some really neat cards now with so much technology.
Yes, I like all the cards. I support all the players because it's just a dream come true when you do make the major leagues and you have yourself on a baseball card, it's like, wow, I always looked up to the players before me, and now I have my own card. It's very special.
I also wanted to ask, oh wait, sorry. They have pieces of jerseys and gloves and bats, autographs, everything you can imagine is now in a baseball card. It is incredible, these little pieces of history that Topps and Fanatics put into pieces of cardboard for collectors to enjoy.
Yes, it's very nice. I still have a lot of collections of players that I played with and against, and I'm keeping them, all of them. I'm not going to name everybody, but I have a lot of good ones, and I very much appreciate what they did for me. And I have it all written out to my son, Sean Jr.
Yeah, so that's great. Awesome. So now let's talk about the very special card Mr. Mims made for
Blake, did you freeze?
Hello? Hello?
I'm here, Sean. Let me see, Mr.
You
Blake.
back on?
Yeah, we're good. I'm trying to see if he's frozen. Let's see.
James, you hear me?
Yeah, I
Blake?
can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, but I don't hear Blake.
Yep. I don't either. Uh-oh. He'll come back. He dropped off.
Okay.
The beauty of technology. When it works, it's unbelievable.
They're there. They're there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes I have internet losses at my house. So
All right, Blake.
That's okay.
Mhm.
someone was playing
Well, I can't hear Blake.
Can they hear you?
I can hear you. I can hear him. Sean, can you hear me?
Yeah.
James, I don't hear Blake.
Sorry about that, guys. There's a little delay there.
Okay.
No,
I
but
can't hear you, Blake.
Sean, Blake, Sean can't hear you. Can you hear me, Blake?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay. Sean can't hear you.
I don't hear Blake.
Oh.
you. Here, let me try something. Mr. Mims, try telling Sean that I'm gonna try to turn off my mic and turn it on again.
Okay, I'm going to have him do the same. Sean, turn your mic off on your app. Turn it, click on it, and then click back on it. See what happens. Now say something, Blake.
Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear
Still
Blake.
can't hear Blake.
Hang on.
1 second.
Okay, Sean, sign off and then sign back on.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, try that.
So we're all good.
Okay, Sean, leave and then come on back.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mims, you froze.
It's okay. Good.
Mr. Mims, you froze for a second there.
I can hear you. Yeah, you froze too.
Yeah.
We'll get Sean back. He'll come back. There he is.
Okay, I'm back.
There we go.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you very well.
Oh, great. Okay, we redid this. Okay, here is the card, Mr. Sean and Mimsbandz. Here it is. So,
Yeah. There it is.
there's your card, Mr. Dunston.
It's very nice. Wow, I really like it. I really
Now,
like it. Thank you, James. Very nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
man, I'm glad. I'm glad
Thank
it
you.
turned out exactly like I wanted it to.
Hmm.
And I'm happy that both you and Tracy have approved. The family has approved, so I know I did good.
Yes, my kids approve it, and the first one when I'm flipping down my shades, that's when I'm going back on a fly ball at shortstop, and I mean that's when you wear flip shades. You know, wear all the shades all the time right now. So I really like that picture. Everyone think I'm calling somebody, but I'm flipping down my shades to catch a pop up or fly ball, a pop up. And the other one is when I'm in the hole throwing the ball to my buddy Mark Grace.
Man, and what people really don't understand about Sean is the cannon. No one wanted to catch Sean. I don't care if Sean was standing at second base, he was going to throw a laser. Leon Durham, man, I don't know. Woo, Mark Grace, man, there is no way I would be standing in front of any of those balls. Like, none.
Yes, I had some good first bases. I had Leon Durham first and Mark Grace. They caught everything. I wasn't a flipper. I was a thrower. I wasn't a show off. Everybody thought I was, but I just threw the ball. I couldn't throw the ball easy, but I had to learn how to guide the ball, and I became pretty good at it. And I had a great second baseman in Ryan Sandberg.
Right.
Yeah, and like you said, Mr. Mimsbandz, I don't even think Mr. the legend of baseball, the GOAT of all of baseball, Babe Ruth would go near one of his lasers.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, but
I'm
I
not
can tell you,
kidding.
Babe Ruth could hit one of them lasers out the park, so you ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, so I really just love Mr. Mimsband's style with his cards because he doesn't use he doesn't just make bands just for people. He also uses the style for his cards with the nice stitching and stuff. So it's really nice.
I
Yes,
appreciate that, Blake. One of the things that I try to incorporate in this program is to try to keep it aesthetically close to what the wristbands resemble. And I was only able to choose 20 guys out of over 130 that I've dealt with. So for me to be able to do Sean, who to me, this is my opinion, this is just James' opinion, no one else's opinion, anything. There is no better shortstop out there than Shawon Dunston. So when I had a chance to capture how I remembered him, this is what I saw, and this is what he signed off on. And the number one pick on there, that's what his wife wanted on there. She said, James, you got to put this on there. So to have that on there, and again, to have this pose, I love that pose. I didn't know what he was doing. It looked like he was on the phone.
No, I'm not on the phone. I'm playing ball. I'm not that good. I'm not on the phone.
But I tell you what, this one to me captured everything. And that Sean-o-meter, if people don't know, then they're not big baseball fans, especially in Chicago. When you saw that Sean-o-meter, it kind of measured everything that he did average-wise. So you had to look at that when you came into Chicago to see what he was doing. Sean, talk more about the Sean-o-meter and let everyone know really where it came from and what you thought about it.
Well, the Shawon meter came when I was struggling. Like the first 2 months of the season, I was at like 125. That's right, 125. That it moved up to 177. And his fan came in with this sign with my batting average when I'm coming into the parking lot. I didn't think it was funny. And the guy said, "Hey, you sign this, I bring some good luck." Remember what I told you? We're all superstitious. And here's my batting average. I signed it. Here's my batting average, and everyone's seeing in left field. And everyone's laughing. The team. And all of a sudden, my batting average started going up. He said, "I promise you, I give you good luck." And it started going up and going up and going up. And then Harry Carey used to read it all the time, say, "Sean, feed the meter, feed the meter." And I kept hitting and kept hitting. So from like June 1st, I think I hit like 300 or 325 the rest of the year. So then my average moved up from 177 to a season high was 278. And man, that Mashana meters, and I think in the Smithsonian, I signed it and Harry Carey signed it. So it's original. And I'm very appreciative what that fan done for me. It's beautiful. I still thank him to this day. I appreciate it. That's how I got, man, be a fan favorite. and always play hard. So I think the fans always love me for that. But I mean, they didn't like me swinging at them balls in the dirt. But hey, I just went out there and played. But they did put my batting average up there, and they made me popular, and I really appreciate it.
Wow.
And thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Wow, that is awesome story. Now, when you mentioned Harry Carey, I mean that's like legendary. The standing up, the day games, take me out to the ball game. What was he like as a person?
Oh, Harry was nice. I mean, Harry knew everything. I mean, he really enjoyed baseball, and he really, really loved the Cubs. I wish he was alive to see the Cubs win a World Series because he was the Cubs. Harry Carey was the Cubs. Their daughter was Ron Sandberg, Andre Dawson, Billy Williams, Ron Santos, no. Ernie Banks, no. Fergie Jenkins, no. It was Harry Carey. And I appreciate Harry because every time I got up, he always told me to feed the meat and feed him, and he made me popular when I went on the road trips. Everyone had a fan of me. I mean, man, a Sean on me, and I really appreciate it. But I wish Harry was still here. What a great man he was.
Wow, that's a great story.
You know what? I have two questions. Um, okay, first one. What's like really the best thing about being a player? Personally, I would say all the bubble gum in the dugout, but
All about, well, I just say playing with your teammates and having success, and especially failure too, because you get along with each other. You know how people are. But being a Major League Baseball player is nothing like it. I promise you. I mean, you take the good with the bad. You love the fans. They cheer you on. They support you. They're always behind you. Your parents, your kids, your wife. It's just a beautiful sport, especially when you meet nice people. I met nice people along the way, and I'm still friends with these people now, and I really appreciate them. But most of all, my friends and everyone see me as Sean, not Sean, the baseball player. And thank you.
okay. Now this is the biggest question of the United States of Chicago Ward. What is the best pizza in Chicago? This is a question nobody has ever solved.
So what is this? May I say that again?
What is the best pizza in Chicago?
Oh, oh.
Nobody's
thick.
ever
I
solved it.
I mean, I would say thick crust, but I'm from New York, so New York pizza is just as good as Chicago. I'm being straight honest, and I think I like both New York pizza and Chicago thick crust.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of like Brooklyn crust.
Well,
Uh,
I am from Brooklyn. What do you know about Brooklyn?
um, I like Brooklyn because it gives a nice flavor. Cause we're in Colorado, the Domino's I kind of get. They put some kind of yummy little seasoning stuff on the crust.
Domino's is gross.
Dad doesn't like Domino's.
That's not real pizza.
He doesn't like it.
Terrible.
Dad.
Now, Blake, when you look at this card, I want you to do your Blakeisms on it. I want you to look at it and tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
Look on there.
So what I like about this card is personally I love the 1982 draft pick that just really shows how great of a player he was, and also the Shawon that shows one of the great things that showed how great he was.
Hmm.
And I also love how he's just doing a little pose and stuff. It's just a great thing because this is how Mr. Mimsbandz remembers him. It's like a depiction of what people actually saw.
Wow. Very nice.
All
Very
right.
nice.
I
Very nice.
like that.
Very nice. Thank you, Blake.
And I think what a lot of people don't know is that this card is actually taken from an embroidered card.
Mhm.
That's why everyone is questioning, is this card embroidered? Is it embroidered? The card physically is not embroidered, but it's taken from an embroidered card. That is all thread. So the
That
appreciation for this card,
is
you
um
can't appreciate it until you actually have the actual one in hand.
Yes.
yeah. You know what would be so awesome to actually feel that card? Like if you ordered one, you'd probably be able to open the case and kind of feel it. Now, guys, I have advice on opening Topps cards. If you ever want to open one, don't take off the Topps tape. You just slide it off. Don't use your nails to get it off, because it is reusable tape, and you could reseal it.
Yep. But I wish it had the texture, but it doesn't.
It looks like it does.
Yep, and that's what I wanted. I'm glad that the appearance is actually there.
Yeah. The reason why you don't want to actually use wool is because that's going to be a lot of work getting people to actually sew it hand by hand, and also you're probably going to be the only one who can do it, because some of the people might even not be able to do that. You just have the precision.
I do, and I own the patent as well.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so that's the thing about it. But there's a question I did want to ask, Sean, and I've never asked any of the players. Outside of yourself, Sean, who was the first player that you saw with the wristbands?
Oh, mine was my buddy, my best friend, Eric Davis. Eric Davis and Darryl Strawberry.
Okay.
And I seen them first. And then when I seen them, I was like, wow, that looks nice. That looks good on Eric. And Eric was probably one of the best players in baseball back then in the 80s and 90s. And Strawberry was too. So when those guys had it, and then I got my own, I felt very special when my buddy Eric Davis had it on and Darryl Strawberry.
You know what? My dad loves Darryl Strawberry. It's his favorite player of all time. I also love Darryl Strawberry, but personally, my favorites are Aaron Judge, Derek Jeter, and Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yes, very nice. I played with his dad, a very nice young man, and a very good player. His son is a very nice young man, and he represents the game very well.
Yep. Fernando Tatis Jr., he probably really looks up to his dad. He probably did. He's just a really great guy. If you don't know, I actually know one of the Padres pitchers, Matt Strom. He's
Yes.
a really cool guy. He's got his own show called The Card Life. He's just great. I got to talk with him, and I actually did a card battle in Colorado by my closest card shop.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very
And
nice.
I'm pretty sure I won because I got a few about like probably a few more great cards. But the things that really made me win were I got a chrome, like about 2 chromes, and I got a jersey one from an actual jersey.
Very nice.
Hmm.
Very nice.
I got another question for Sean.
Okay.
The long wristbands. I know you're the only one that really wanted them that long. What was it about the length of the bands? That's what everyone, when I get DMs or messages, people are like, oh my gosh, these wristbands were so long. That's what I remember the most. What was it about the long ones that you liked?
Well, I did use it, man, for sweat. I mean, let's not get that, man, forget about that. I really use it for sweat.
Mhm.
But then when it was long and you could see the picture much better. So it was both. So they said I was hot dog, and I said, okay, but I did use it to wipe off my forehead. And then but it really did look nice with the big wristbands. But back in the 90s, there was a lot of good players that always had it. I wish they could have had it. There was great shortstops. I mean, there's the shortstops now, of the 2000s, but there's some good ones. A guy named Cal Ripken, a guy named Barry Larkin, Ozzie Smith. These are all Hall of Famers. And the guys are not Hall of Fame, like Mike Border, Gary DiCicino, Walt Weiss. I played against all these guys. Alan Tramble, he's a Hall of Famer. So there was good shortstops. Everybody's a good shortstop. I mean, I just want to let everybody know, no, I wasn't the best. I was up there with them. I played well, but I'm nowhere near them. But I appreciate playing with those guys. And there was one shortstop that I really liked. 2 of them was Gary Templeton and the late, great Tony Fernandez.
Ooh.
I want people to remember these names. Gary Templeton and Tony Fernandez was my favorite shortstops back when I played.
Man,
yes.
Gary Templeton was no joke.
Yes, very good player.
Yeah,
and Tony Fernandez.
Yes, he could pick it and flip it, man, with the best of them. Made everything look easy.
Yes, he did. He did. I wish I could have done. I made everything look a little hard, but that's okay. But I had Leon Durham and Mark Grace over there, so thank God I had them.
Yep.
So I actually wanted to ask you a question. Both of you. Who do you think is the best shortstop today?
Well, I answer that. I'm biased. I played for the San Francisco Giants, and I'm a big, and I coach for the San Francisco Giants. I like all the shortstops, but I'm a bias. I'm gonna say Brandon Crawford. I'm a big Brandon Crawford fan. I mean, I know the Giants fans don't want me to say this, but I really like Seager. I like Javier Baez. Wow, I think all these guys could play. Turner, all the shortstops in the big leagues, I'm a fan of every one of them. I love Anderson with the White Sox. I love all the shortstops. They really could play. I know how hard it is. And these guys took it to the another level, and they were better than us. And I really appreciate them continuing the legacy of all shortstops.
That's a great answer. When I look at the shortstops now, Brandon Crawford for sure. But when it comes to like representing this product, like what I see, that Prince Jazz in Florida, that young
Mm.
man,
Ooh.
man, I'm man, he's gonna change the game. I'm telling you, he's let him stay on the field. Those little nagging injuries and things, let him stay on the field and get 150 games in. He's gonna do some damage.
Yeah. So now I just want to show you some comments about your card, Mr. Mimsbandz. I got a few people that said this. Oh, and someone else just sent them. They said great looking card.
Oh, Melissa. Thank you, Melissa.
And then music. The card looks amazing. Yes, it does.
Oh, thank you.
And then I'm not really sure what this person said. It looks like their name is Russian, so they probably are speaking a different language, but they're probably saying something nice. You never know.
Yeah, that's how we're going to look at it for sure.
Oh, I gotta stay confident in the comments. Hold on a second. And oh, 1 second. Yeah. And I guess for the wait, I just wanted to show you this. Oh, and this person said the card is unique and very creative.
Wow. Thank you, Corey.
And this is what I said.
I appreciate that.
I didn't even realize I typed great 2 times.
Very nice.
I have another question, Sean. I've never had a chance to ask anyone.
Okay.
Playing those day games in Chicago, how difficult was that? Or was it something that did you get used to during the course of a season, or you just never get used to it?
It wasn't difficult for me. I was 21, so I was just happy to be playing baseball. Then when you get old and get injuries, then the day games bother you. But at the time, no, I loved the day games. I
Okay.
still do. I was just used to day games. I played day games in high school. I played
Right.
day games until I got to the minor leagues. We played day games and night games, but I had no problem playing day games until I got older after I hurt my back and I had to be at the park real early. But other than that, I love day games.
Okay.
Then we have some comments flooded in.
Yes, yes.
Then he also said,
I appreciate that.
It's his son.
That is awesome. Awesome,
Also
awesome,
here.
awesome.
Look who's also here.
Oh, wow. Can't wait. Oh, yeah. For sure.
Shawon Dunston.
Nice.
You got all your family coming in.
I didn't know that.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. They
That is
all gone
love
out
right
the
there.
house. I got an empty nest. They all on their own, and I miss them very much. They're all grown ups now. I wish they was your age.
You know what? I gotta ask you guys. What's your favorite ballpark? Personally, mine is Coors Field because it's here.
Oh,
Mm.
mine's first of all was Wrigley Field first and foremost. But I really enjoyed playing at Busch Stadium. I rivaled the St. Louis Cardinals. I really liked Busch Stadium. But first is Wrigley Field, and then my favorite park to hit at was Three Rivers Stadium. The Pittsburgh Pirates play against the Pirates. Now that stadium's not there anymore. Maybe that's why I'm not playing no more either. I've been retired. I've been retired 20 years, but I really like playing in Pittsburgh too.
Wow. My favorite park to visit, nothing was like Dodger Stadium to me for a park that old. It didn't feel old. Aesthetically, it was really, really nice. I enjoyed that one. I had a chance to go to Wrigley when Dusty was there. That was my first time there, and that one really captured me. But the one that I remember was the Houston Astrodome.
Mm.
That was just different. I had never been in a dome stadium before. So I would have to say those are like the three that kind of stand out for me.
Yes, Dodger Stadium was very nice. The atmosphere was nice. Houston was nice, but I really didn't want to play against the Astros with Nolan Ryan. I got 2 hits off him. I didn't like facing him in the dome. I really didn't like facing him at all. But all the stadiums are nice in the big leagues because it's part of being in the big leagues, and I love being a big league player. So I thought all the stadiums was nice until they have all these now.
Mm.
Now before I ask you another question, I just want to say my second favorite field would probably be the Green Monster. That thing is a beast. That one man who hit it out, first man ever. He was one of the greatest men alive.
Who was that?
I kind of forgot. But I don't want to call him by his nickname because YouTube stuff.
Right. I got you.
And my question is, Mr. Dunston, what was your favorite restaurant when you played?
In Chicago, it's called Lowry's. Lowry's Restaurant, steak place. Me and my wife used to go to all the time. I miss going there. The food was very good. Lowry's in Chicago.
Have you ever had a restaurant in Denver or anything?
Well, in Denver, like when we stayed there, we played at Elway's.
Oh, yeah. I just want to tell you something. If you ever do, if Junior or someone ever goes to Denver, I would recommend some great pizza. There's this diner, I kind of forget the name. There's really great places. Big Bill's. That's I'm pretty sure a card place. Oh, pizza. That's pizza. Sorry, I got it mixed up with the card place near me. That's called Bill's, also kind of. But we got best thing we pretty much got here is pizza. We got Domino's and stuff.
That's nice. Well, my daughter used to live in Denver, Jasmine. But now she's will be living in Chicago because she's a director of baseball operations for the Chicago White Sox. So she would know all about that.
Yeah. Speaking of motherly jobs and stuff, because Junior is here. I'm kind of like Barry Jr. My mom is the director of communications and marketing for her company. So
Oh,
also pretty big.
yes, that's beautiful.
I got a question for Sean as we're talking, trying
Okay.
to facing Dwight Gooden. What I know you said you guys were in the same draft class. I think you said he went
Yes.
fourth or fifth and you went first.
Hmm.
I don't think people really understand how dominant he was. Speak on that just a little bit.
Well, he was the toughest pitcher. Dwight Gooden and Nolan Ryan was the toughest pitcher I ever faced in my life. They were a little different. And if I can describe Dwight Gooden because of the players of today, Dwight Gooden was DeGrom and Matt Scherzer put together.
Whew.
That's how good Dwight Gooden was. He has two pitches, but we really have four pitches. He had a fastball, curveball, and then we say he had a faster fastball, and he will knock you down at the plate. He threw real hard, and he had that rising fastball. I think he was the best pitcher I ever faced in my life, and I still say no one's better than him. Nobody.
Wow.
It's here,
No
Mr.
one's better than him to me, personally. No
Jasmine.
one.
Wow. Okay. That's saying a lot. I mean, when you think about DeGrom and Scherzer and the combination of those two in one.
Yes, yes. Yes, easy. That's how good he was. He was unhittable. He was striking out 300 guys in the minor leagues. Everybody don't know that. Go look up
Mm,
Dwight Gooden. Outstanding pitcher. Outstanding. And he
wow.
could hit too. He
Yeah.
could hit too. Yes. Outstanding pitcher.
Dr. K.
Yes. Dr. K. There you go.
Yeah, if you guys didn't hear me, Jasmine is here.
Where's my kids all over the place? Come on.
That is love.
It's all over the place.
What was it like, Sean, going back to New York to play?
Oh, it was exciting. It was exciting to see my parents in the stands. They were so proud of me. And man, I always wanted to perform well, but like I said, the Mets had good pitching, and every time we went in there, Dwight Gooden pitched, and I didn't do too well. So I didn't hit well there at times, but I played very good defense. The Mets had a very good pitching staff. They had Sid Fernandez, Ron Darling, and one of the best ones was David Cone. He was underrated to me. David Cone was outstanding. The Mets had a very good pitching staff. Very good. They strike everybody out. They was a very good team back in the 80s and 90s,
Mm.
especially the 80s.
I got a question, Mr. Dunston.
Hmm.
Did you hit any home runs off the Mets?
Yes, I know I got one off Dwight Gooden. I think I got one off Sid Fernandez. I got a couple off Ron Darling and Bob Ojeda. All the players know their stats. So, and then I know all the strikeouts too. I think I had more strikeouts than hits that I had against the Mets. A very good pitching staff. Very good.
Yeah, so I just gotta say, I just gotta say a little more advice about Denver and stuff, and then I'll ask you another question. But hey, if you didn't hear, we got In and Out here now. So
Oh, I know you're gonna have a good time in and out because it's been out all over the place, especially in California, and it is very good food.
okay, here's my greatest question before the actual question. My question: In and Out or Chick-fil-A?
I'll say In and Out.
I go with the new people, Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna try to stay current because everyone's saying I'm not. So I'm gonna try to stay current.
Okay,
I'm gonna
guys,
stay current.
what's your order? My
Okay.
order for In and Out is usually root beer, a normal burger without onions, and then normal fries with extra salt, and yeah, and
I'm gonna take the chicken noodle soup, a chicken sandwich with fries, and some water.
I got to do a double, fries and a strawberry shake. That's where I am.
All right.
Uh-huh. You know what? Sometimes I kind of think they named the strawberry shake after Mr. Strawberry.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of like which one came first, the chicken or the egg? Which one
Right.
came first, the shake or him
Hmm.
or the
But
actual name?
but James, I have to tell you, this baseball card you have of me that you made is so beautiful. I really appreciate it and everything. But I have two other baseball cards. It's my son and I is on the baseball card. Is when my son was 2 years old,
Mm.
and when he was 4 years old. I have a baseball card of me and my son. So that's right up there with your cards. I think that would be number one and number two, and your card is up there. So they all in the top three.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I really wanted to do this one. I told Eric before I even told you. I said, man, I said I'm going to do Shawon. He was like, I was like, yeah, man. I said, I have to. I have to let people really understand who you are. And I think you were very underrated. And I
Thank
never
you.
understood it. So again, this is my way of, man, of paying homage to you, to say thank you. I appreciate the risk that you loaned me for your career, just being your friend to this very day, man. And just, I'm endeared to a lot of the guys, but there's a different category. There's different levels to this, and you're definitely in that different level, man. And I'm not saying that just to say it, to know that I could only do 20 cards and dealing with 130 guys, that just tells you how much you mean to me, not only as a player, but just as a human being, just a really good dude, man. And I appreciate you and your whole family, man. Just thank you. And I'm glad that I was able to put this card together, and it's been very well received. I mean, people have been DMing me, emailing me. It's bringing back memories. So to attach that Shawon-o-meter,
Mhm.
and then Tracy's part with the number one pick, that was the icing on the cake. So
Yes.
I really appreciate you too, man. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. I enjoy baseball. I love baseball. Baseball put me in a position that where I'm at now. And it's not important whether you was rated or not rated. I know I played in the big leagues for 18 years, but I want to be known as a very good father. And that's the most important thing is my wife and kids.
Wow. Right on,
Not
Shawon.
being not being the best shortstop in baseball, being one of the best fathers in the world and husbands.
Wow. Right on, dude.
All right.
Good for you, man.
All right.
Blake, thank you, man. I appreciate it. We got more work to do. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Also, Dunston.
Yes. Oh, I can't hear. You went off. I can't hear you, Blake.
I'm
All
here.
right, I got you. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I put up a comment. Look who else is here.
Oh, wow. Yep. It's a family affair.
Oh, I'm
They
gonna
all
get them.
Wow.
You guys are awesome. Your
Thank you,
family
Blake.
is awesome.
No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you
I think
very much.
Dad, come in here.
Thank you, Blake. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. We're kind of approaching about an hour here, about 50 minutes.
Yep.
50. It's four. It's about to be 49. So I think we should stop about an hour. Well,
No,
actually, let's stop now. We've done a lot. Um,
Okay.
I thank everyone for coming on tonight. Um, also, honor to meet you, Sean. And also Mimsbandz, it's great to talk to you again. Um,
likewise. Thank you.
Thank
great
you.
card still. Um, everyone buy the card. It's great. Also, go support Mimsbandz and Sean on his on their Instagrams. Well, and Sean's family's accounts, all of them. Just
Mhm.
help all of them out. And yeah, hope all of you guys have had a great day. Um, Yeah, thank you for coming on.
You're
We're
welcome.
about to hit 50 minutes. So yep, bye.
Yep. See
All
you
right,
later,
bye-bye.
Blake. Thank you.
Blake,
All right, Sean. Thanks, man.
everything. And Blake, listen to your parents. Take care.
Yep.